Chapter 883. Wilbur suddenly stood up and said, "No, don't try to trick me by making things up. I won't do anything without concrete evidence." Then, he left the room. Eileen sighed deeply when she watched Wilbur leave. Was he still afraid? If he would not take over the Kiwanis Club, who would? Should she just let those people ruin the Kiwanis Club? She shook her head and frowned deeply, then leaned back lazily on the sofa. The autumn sunlight shone on her. Her curvy body was as seductive as a ripe peach. Wilbur went back to his room and tossed the box on the table. He lethargically dropped onto the sofa. He stared at the ceiling and wondered. He did not notice when Faye entered the room. She was wearing a lacy strap robe that night. Her loose clothes did nothing to conceal her sensual body. Her cleavage could be vaguely seen as she moved, making for a stunning sight. Faye cheerfully entered the room, but Wilbur was distracted. She was taken aback at first. Then she hurriedly sat next to him and asked in a caring tone, "What's wrong, Wilbur?" Wilbur was distracted with his mind somewhere else. She could not believe he did not hear her. She was instantly afraid. Wilbur used to sense anyone being near him. She wondered what happened. It was as if any ordinary person could ambush him. "What's going on? Wake up." Faye shook him. Wilbur suddenly gasped and snapped out of his daze. He looked at her in confusion. They looked into each other's eyes. Faye looked concerned. He was stunned for a moment. Then he sat up straight and said, "Faye, you scared me." Faye burst out into tears. He shook his head and hugged her shoulders. He said, "It's fine. I was distracted just now." She stopped crying and wiped her tears, finally smiling once more. Distracted? She thought. She was no fool. It was not possible for someone with Wilbur's level of cultivation to be easily distracted like that. It must be because he encountered something he could not handle. However, she did not want to probe since he did not say. She knew that a nosy woman would not be a good partner. "I think you must be exhausted. Did you overwork in Freaka?" Faye changed the topic. Wilbur nodded and replied, "Yeah, I encountered some good opportunities, and I was busy. I just came back, but I'm going to the South Market again." Faye could sense a hint of worry in his eyes. He seemed afraid. She felt her heart sink. She wondered what could possibly make Wilbur react like that. However, she maintained her smile and said, "I came to check on you. You must be exhausted, so rest early. You're gonna be busy tomorrow." "Yeah, something troubling to deal with at the South Market," said Wilbur. Faye stood and lowered her body to kiss Wilbur on the lips. He could see the inside of her V-neck. "Rest early. It'll be a brand new day tomorrow. I should get some rest too. Good night." Faye smiled and waved before she left the room. She looked sad as soon as she left. She wanted to talk to him after not seeing him for 2 weeks. She wanted a breakthrough in their relationship. However, she knew that there was something on his mind, and it was not the time to have that discussion.